Good evening. The future of digital television is in turmoil tonight, with one of the industry's key players on the verge of collapse. ITV Digital today applied to be put into administration, saying it could no longer afford to pay out the millions of pounds it owes in football rights. The Football League warns that if it doesn't pay up, a third of its clubs could go bankrupt. Our business correspondent Rory Kethlin-Jones is here. Rory, the implications of this go far beyond football, don't they?
Yes, Fiona, the collapse of ITV Digital is a disaster for the TV industry, for a government keen to encourage TV viewers to go digital, and of course for the Football League. The basic problem was just not enough people signed up. After 4 years, ITV Digital had just 1.2 million subscribers, but the city reckoned it needed 2.1 million to break even. What's even worse, every year, a quarter of its subscribers gave up on the service. All this despite £800 million of investment, a big advertising campaign and a change of name.
Once upon a time, there was a big thing on digital. One day, it changed its name to ITV Digital. The end.
For now, viewers won't notice any difference as the administrators try to save the business. What won't change is the problems that made the service hard to sell.
The problem was that the ITV Digital platform offers much fewer channels than B-Sky-B, and it's a much lower quality signal than the satellite signal. And it costs much the same as B-Sky-B.
Now, ITV Digital bet its whole future on a contract with the Football League. It was paying £1.2 million for every match it showed. Yet some of those matches were attracting as few as 1,000 viewers. So £1,200 was being spent for each one of them. The aim, of course, was to take on Sky, which built its business on football. But the two sides were never evenly matched. Last Sunday, for instance, Sky viewers could watch stars like Teddy Sheringham in Tottenham v Fulham. Meanwhile, ITV Digital's ITV Sport channel was showing a less star-studded match. Now, Paul Wanless is a big deal at Cambridge United, but the club's LDV Vans Trophy final against Blackpool wasn't the sort of fixture to persuade viewers to sign up. But that TV cash was vital to clubs like Cambridge and Blackpool, and the Football League is still owed £178 million by ITV Digital. Right up to the last minute, the league had been in talks with ITV Digital's owners, Carlton and Granada, about revising that deal. Tonight, the chairman still wanted his money.
Whatever financial or legal manoeuvres they go into, it does not release them from their obligations to pay us the money that we're owed, which is the best part of £180 million over the next 2 years.
But the talks will now continue under the administrators, and ITV Digital says there has to be movement.
The Football League perhaps is beginning to understand that if this platform would not survive, then there would be not only no competition for multi-channel choice for viewers, but there'd also be only one place to buy their rights going forward.
Whatever happens, ITV Digital's employees, like the 800 people in this Pembrokeshire call centre, now face great uncertainty. And that all depends on what happens with the digital system and its programmes. The administrator could end up looking for someone to take over both. There'd be political problems with the likeliest candidates, Sky or the BBC. But the government insists none of this affects its plans to get us all to switch over to digital TV. Tonight, the Culture Secretary, Tessa Jowell, told us those plans were still on track. Fiona.
Rory, thanks very much. A number of Football League clubs are already struggling to survive, with soaring wage bills outstripping incomes. The loss of vital TV money could be the last straw for some. Richard Bilton is at First Division Bradford City. Richard, what are people saying there? Some pretty glum faces, I imagine.
Glum indeed, yeah. People are worried. This is a big blow. Bradford City are a team just down from the Premier League. They've just built a big new stand you can see behind me. They've got players on Premier League wages. Now they find out that a huge slice of their budget, some £3 million, might not be coming at all. For fans and chairmen alike, these are unsettling times.
We've gone into administration in the last few minutes, and there'll be clubs go out of business. It's bad news.
Geoffrey Richmond says today's development is a devastating blow. Bradford will survive, but others won't.
This is the biggest crisis facing the Football League in its 100-year history. My fear is that as many as 10 clubs will go out of business as a direct result of today's news.
Bradford Stadium sits near to the city centre. Like most clubs in recent years, they've worked hard to build a close relationship with the local community. But many fans were today terrified that the clubs and the sport are being undermined by bad financial management.
It could all fall down as quickly as it's been built up, because the big clubs are getting all the money, but even the big clubs don't seem to be really benefiting as well as we thought.
Yeah, I think that it's been heading this way for a long time.
Bradford have already cut back players' wages. That will continue so the club can survive. Those who know the game say things had to change.
People say they're in financial difficulty, but I don't really think that a lot of the time the average supporter knows the real seriousness of matters in football clubs.
Nationally, negotiations with the Football League will continue, but in many areas the people's game faces an uncertain future. And of course, players here and across the country are worried about their future, what this means, what comes next, and how many people will end up losing their jobs. Fiona.
Richard, thanks very much.